Well, it's time again for another video. We are in Fort Montgomery, New York. We've made it all the way to New York. We hiked for 9 days without a 0 day this time. That was kind of hard. Got really hot yesterday and day before yesterday while we were hiking. We faced challenges like heat and rocks that we didn't expect to have to climb over, rain one day, and yet, you know, we're still moving along. Oh, and then when we got to Bear Mountain Inn, which is where we were supposed to get off the trail and come into Fort Montgomery, we couldn't find a shuttle. The taxi cab company wouldn't answer their phone. So we hitchhiked, which is not something I do very often, you know. But it was really kind of cool because the girl that stopped and picked us up was just so blessed to stop and pick us up and help us out. And she never picks up hitchhikers. So that was just a real blessing for her and for us. And one of those things that works out that you don't ever expect could work out. So, I mean, God really blesses us a lot on this. And just doesn't ever let us down. So we got into Fort Montgomery, and then we got to the Holiday Inn Express, and somehow or another our reservation hadn't gone through. So the clerk found us a hotel in Highland Falls, which is really West Point, which I didn't even know we were going to go close to West Point. And that's kind of neat because West Point's kind of, you know, iconic place here in our country. So that's neat to get to be there. And we stayed there last night, and the Holiday Inn Express did have a room for us tonight, which is really good because they had a swimming pool. We got to go swimming and a sauna, and that's all very relaxing, which is stuff we like to do when we get a 0 day. So tomorrow we'll get back on the trail, and before we know it, we'll be in Connecticut. It's coming up pretty soon, just in a few days. And, well, was there anything else I needed to tell him? He's shaking his head no, so I guess that means no.
My phone is acting up.
Oh, right. George wanted me to say that his phone has been acting up a lot, and it keeps telling him that he has moisture in his USB port when he doesn't, and so it won't let him charge. So, but then every once in a while it'll let him charge the phone. So that's kind of problematic, and so it keeps him from being on Facebook and communicating with people as much as he would like to. So if you're wondering, that's why. Or if you know any reason why the phone might be doing that, why don't you comment down below in the video, in the comment section of the video.
It was only underwater for 15 seconds.
He says it was only underwater for 15 seconds. But anyway, these things are supposed to be waterproof. There's these Galaxy S10s, so not waterproof, but enough to where you're supposed to be able to let them be underwater for a full minute and it shouldn't hurt them. But anyway, it was acting up like that before he dropped it in the water for 15 seconds. So we don't know what to do about it. Every once in a while it just lets us charge it. So anyway, I've got a video ready of our activities over the past 9 days. I hope you enjoy watching it. There was rain, there was heat, there were big rocks, there was tent camping and shelter camping and beautiful views. So I hope you enjoy watching the video. Interstate wobbles when the big trucks go past. This doesn't feel like a Appalachian Trail adventure. It feels like an urban adventure. We're crossing the Delaware River to go from Pennsylvania to New Jersey. It is July 12th, day 133 of our Appalachian Trail journey. Oh, and we've got our big backpacks on and we feel a little off balance. because of it. And it was a little tough to say goodbye to Rose and Al this morning. But it is an adventure, and this is all part of it. So we'll see what happens today in New Jersey while we hike. Okay, we're coming up on it. That is the line. We're in Pennsylvania. Now we're in both. And now we're in New Jersey. Goodbye, Pennsylvania. Okay, we found some ripe wine berries. They get a little redder than that. There's a really ripe one back there. They're like raspberries, but they're an Asian version of raspberries. I don't know how they got here to the United States, but kind of happy they did because they taste pretty good. Good morning. It is July 13th, Monday. We did a hike yesterday with our backpacks on, and then we stayed in our tent last night. And it's a beautiful morning today. We got rained on last night, but we stayed dry in our tent. And it was nice to have a campfire again. It was hard carrying all the extra weight in our backpacks, but we did okay. We got there, you know, a little later than we would have without our backpacks, but we got there to our destination where we had a goal to get to, so that's good. So today we're planning on doing 16.6 miles because that's the next place that has camping and water. So that's what we're going to do. We've already done about 2 miles, and so that leaves us 14.6 miles to go. So there should be some views today. I'm really enjoying the sunlight coming in through the trees this morning. You can see it's beautiful. And thinking we'll just have a really nice, beautiful day today. So let's just see what all we see and what happens while we hike today. Good morning. Today is July 14th, day 135 of our Appalachian Trail adventure. We've hiked 2.4 miles already today to get up here to Sunrise Mountain. And it's kind of a cool place. It has a little monument there, I guess. I don't know what that is, but it's a stack of rocks. And a great view. You get up there, you can see a little better, but there's also this place, which is like a shelter just for sitting and relaxing. And after you climb that mountain, you want to sit and relax a little bit. But we're not sure exactly how far we're going to walk today. Maybe 13 miles, maybe 15, maybe 18, who knows? We don't know because we haven't decided yet. We don't know how we're going to feel. It is different having our backpacks back on. Seems like we shouldn't have to get used to it like that again, but we do. And I don't know. We'll see how we feel. The rocks haven't completely gone away yet. There's still plenty of rocks. It's not as bad as Pennsylvania, but it's still rocky. So the terrain makes it a little more difficult with the backpacks and everything too. So we'll see how far we can get today. And while we hike, if I see some cool things like these views or flowers or animals or anything, I'll take a picture or a video and show them to you. There's a Veterans Memorial. That's the highest spot in New Jersey. Trail doesn't go up to it, but I can see it from this observation point that we're at. And it is a beautiful view all the way around. And down there is a lake. There is a side trail down to that lake, but we got to get moving. We're not going to go down there to go swimming today. This is a nice little place. Good morning. Today is July 15th, and this is day 136 of our Appalachian Trail journey. Look at that. That is a hay field that just got cut, and it smells like freshly cut grass exemplified. It's really nice. Anyway, also here at this field, you have that view right there, which is really nice. If I were a hay field, I think that's the view I'd want to have. So, anyway, yesterday we ended up hiking about 13 miles. I was a little disappointed. I had wanted to do more. Look at George over there, picking the raspberries. Are those blackberries? Anyway, save me some. No. And, anyway, we hiked about 13 miles yesterday. I wanted to hike further, but we could have either stopped there or had to hike another 5.5 miles, and I just didn't see hiking another 5.5 miles. So, today we're kind of faced with the same thing. We have a shelter at 12.5 and we have a shelter at 25. And here in New Jersey, they have wonderful views, but they have rules that you have to stay in shelters or official campsites. I can't do 25 miles, so I don't know. There's one place that looks like it might be available for us to stealth camp that might be across the border in New York. Anyway, we're going to keep looking at the map as we go today and try to figure out what we can do about that. So, we'll see what happens. Hey, and if there's any more great views like that one, or any fascinating things like hay fields that are freshly cut, I don't know, I'll take some pictures of that too. But right now I got to go catch up with him because he's getting all the blackberries. Well, this is our camp for the night. We found a place that seems legal to us to camp. So it's not visible from the trail or any roads or anything like that. So it's true stealth camping. We're in the middle of the woods with no trail and no anything except for more woods. It's kind of nice. The only problem is that we can't build a campfire because then maybe somebody might notice us here. And not that we think we're doing anything wrong, but we're not sure. So anyway, it's a nice camp. We just can't have a campfire. Good morning. Today is July 16th, day 137 of our Appalachian Trail adventure. This is the Pochuck Boardwalk. It lasts for about half a mile, or maybe it's a mile. I don't know. But anyway, it's long, and it's kind of a nice walk. Compared to all the roots and rocks and uneven terrain of the rest of the trail. But it just goes on and on. Anyway, we're looking to do another 15 miles today. We feel like we'll be able to find a nice place to set up a tent. We'll be in New York by the time we get there. So, and out of this, we're in a state park right now, and we'll be out of this state park by then. So it looks like we'll be able to do the 15 miles today and camp tonight. And then after that, I think that we'll be able to get into shelters again. I like shelters. Shelters offer you a picnic table. And I like sitting at a picnic table for dinner and breakfast. That's just me. I'm a little spoiled. But, I really like pitching a tent out in the middle of nowhere also. So that's good too. But, well, this is really kind of pretty in here. Wetlands of some sort. And, yeah. It's kind of a cool place to get to walk through. Look, they live on it. They have a house over there. Anyway, it's a really nice place. And it looks to be a really nice day. Not supposed to rain today. Going to have a lot of cloud cover though. And that's kind of good. Especially for open areas like this. I have my sunscreen on. But it's better to not have the sun beating down on me. Anyway. It's a good day today. And I'm looking forward to seeing what all we see while we hike. All right, we're leaving New Jersey and heading into New York. Look at that. We're on the Appalachian Trail for, is that 8 states now? Well, it will be once I take one step from New Jersey into New York. How about you, renegade? Oh, you're already over here. That's just practically straight up and down, and we just had to climb down it. I had to come down on my behind, but I made it. That waterfall right there is our water source tonight. We found a campsite with a little waterfall as a water source. George already got the water. George, there it is. Isn't that lovely?
I'm hoping it's beer.
It's not beer, it's water. That's the way the water is around here. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just tannins in the water. and we'll filter it and we'll drink it and it'll taste just fine. It just looks like that. Oh well, at least we got a really great little spot here. We're going to set up a tent around here somewhere maybe, and get to resting for the night. It'll be good. There's George filtering the water. It goes from that bag that he gathered it in, through the blue filter, down the hose, into the bottle. We'll put some of that in our backpacks for tomorrow to drink too. And that all started with this really pretty waterfall over here. Hi, this is July 17th, day 138 of our Appalachian Trail journey. This is actually afternoon. We spent the morning in rain. And I don't like to get my camera out in the rain so much, so because it's hard to work it. Anyway, today we went down into Greenwood Lake. It's a village where we received a resupply box, and in the mail. We got that from the post office, and then we went to a nice grill where they served wonderful pancakes and ham and eggs, and boy, a good hot meal feels pretty good after 5 days on the trail. So that was a huge blessing to us, and we got a really great ride back. I mean, we decided we'd walk back up the road instead of trekking up that trail again, and a car picked us up and brought us to the trailhead, and he was nice and excited about our hike, and that was really cool to get that ride. And now we've hiked another mile or so, and we're going to have one more mile, a little over a mile left to climb and hike today. We've got a lot of these kind of climbs with rocks, and I mean, that's what we climbed over to get here. And we got one more of these kind of climbs before we get to our shelter. This morning in the rain, when we were climbing over these kinds of rocks and cliffs, it was rather difficult because of the rain making the rocks really slippery. So it took us a lot longer than we thought it would to get from our campsite this morning to the post office. But we did okay. And you know, I do a lot of praying when I'm out here, especially when it comes to things like this, because it feels a little dangerous, and I think that that's probably the only reason I can get through some of it. So it also gives you a feeling of accomplishment that you can do something like this when you're doing it, and accomplishment that you trusted God to do it, and that it's confidence knowing that He'll help. So that's what it is all about today. And I know that George took some videos while we were climbing this morning in the rain, and you'll see some of those for the day. Okay.
Yay.
Love you. Good morning. Today is July 18th. It is Saturday. This is the first view we've seen today. It's almost noon, and there haven't been a lot of views, just a lot of climbing up and down. It's a nice cool morning, and cool for summertime anyway. It's supposed to get really hot this afternoon and even hotter tomorrow. We're hiking 14.4 miles today. We've only done 6 miles. It's been a lot of scrambles over rocks and stuff with our packs. That's a lot harder to do. So we're still getting used to it. It's getting better. It's getting better. Today we have the lemon squeezer. That's a place where you have to sometimes take off your backpacks to try to get up in between the crevice of 2 rocks to climb up on top of a big boulder. We'll see how that goes. Other than that, I'm not taking as many pictures or videos because I'm almost out of a battery, and I've got the rest of today and tomorrow to go before we get to a hotel so that I can charge. So I'm gonna have to be real picky and choosy. Hopefully I'll be able to at least get that video of the lemon squeezer. That'll be fun. And then at least a morning video tomorrow. So we'll see what happens today, rest of the day while we hike. Good morning. It's July 19th, Sunday. Yesterday we were supposed to get to a certain shelter at 14.5 miles, but we got to the state park where that shelter is and we found out that that shelter is closed. So we stopped short of our goal because we didn't want to go further than our goal because we had a really hard day yesterday, a lot of climbing. And there's a lake right here. I don't know if you can see it through the trees, but it's a pretty nice little lake. And there were Boy Scouts camped over there and some other people camped down there. And so we just went ahead and pitched our tent. Come to find out, no camping is allowed here. Campfires aren't allowed either, but the Boy Scouts are here. So we didn't feel bad about pitching our tent here. Anyway, so we didn't get to the lemon squeezer yesterday, so we should get to that in about a mile, and I'll have a video of that. And we should get to, we're gonna just push today and make 17.5 miles so that we can get to Fort Montgomery, even though we stopped short yesterday, because I really want to sleep in a bed tonight. And that's motivation to move. So we'll see how it goes today while we hike, and I'll take some pictures or whatever it is. Not that many. Again, my battery is low, and I don't have any way to recharge it till we get to the hotel. More incentive to get to the hotel. All right, we'll see what happens today while we hike. All right, this is the lemon squeezer that I've seen on people do on videos. I don't know, I don't think it looks as hard as they say, but I'm going to film Renegade going through it.
Maybe. I need to take the pack off.
Well, maybe, because then you could turn sideways and get through. A lot of people do take their packs off.
That's it, I'm stuck.
I don't think you could possibly really be stuck. Keep going. Yeah, turn that way and lift up, yeah. Can you? Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to do that.
Take your pack off.
Okay. There he went.
Much easier without a pack, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I can turn sideways.
Okay. Okay, your turn. Come on, baby. I got you.
Well, okay, hang on. Okay, so we've got here a blueberry bush, and we've got there a huckleberry bush. They're very similar, but as you, I don't know if you can tell or not, the blueberries are on the right and the huckleberries on the left. Huckleberries are a darker color. They are almost black. Blueberries are blue. They don't really taste alike either, but they sure look alike on the plants until you look close. But they're both delicious and just God's little gift to us growing wild up here on the top of a mountain. So, thanks God for the berries, and I think I'll enjoy eating them now. Okay, so we are only 35 miles away from New York City. How do you have this much land? It's beautiful. Ah, the Holiday Inn Express. We're going to go in our room now. There will be
Maybe.
a bed. Oh, come on, George. Try again. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let me pause the film. There, look at that.
Okay, you can hold the door for me.
Oh, now see, doesn't that look nice and inviting? It does, doesn't it? Ah, it's been a while since we've had a full 0 day in a hotel room because we've been enjoying the slack packing with Rose and Al. But we actually took an extra day, 2 days extra. We did 9 days before we took this 0. So yeah, those beds look nice. So there you have it. That's our activity for the last 9 days. Hopefully we'll plan a little better so that our next 0 days will only be after 6 days of hiking instead of 9. I think we've got it worked out. The logistics of this can be incredibly complicated, but I think we're getting it worked out. So anyway, when we have Wi-Fi and a place to plug in the phone, I'll put up another video of what we've been doing.